So based on our own cash flows, we'll be able to grow our revenue from around 144 odd crores as of FY22. We'll move to around 280 to 290 crores by FY23.
Welcome to Financial Express Online, Amit Kapoor. We have the founder for Eupheus Learning. So, first of all, to start with the interaction, I would like to know a brief about the company and the product details that Eupheus offers.
Thanks, Antika, for having us here. Eupheus started as a focus on schools and to create the largest distribution platform focused on schools. So as a philosophy, we believe in creating an impact inside the classroom. So we have a classroom first, curriculum focused strategy. What I mean by that is if you can create an impact inside the classroom, you impact probably 800 to 1200 kids in our school. So from day one, our thesis has been work closely with schools where kids spend more than 6 to 8 hours in a day across the year. So if you can enable teachers to teach better and students to learn better, you will be able to create much more significant impact in the learning ecosystem.
Right. So, is it only the collaboration happens with schools? Like in that regard, what is the per se business model for the company?
So for us, we have when we started 5 years ago, and just to give context, right? We said we'll only work with premium schools in India. By premium, I mean schools which are affiliated with CBSE or ICSE. Typically, tuition fee of 50,000 annual and above. And if you can work with those schools and get them as your partners, for Eupheus as a company to move into mid-premium and affordable becomes much easier because you're so-called been accepted by the premium category of schools. So ours has been a top-down approach. Till FY21, which is 1 year ago, we were only focused on premium private schools, which is approx 25,000 schools in India.
All right.
You'll be glad to know as of today, we are present in 1 out of 4 premium schools in India already.
Okay.
And in the last 1 year, when we did the acquisition of ClassClap, we moved into the affordable private school space. So that our learnings in the premium school category, we can slice and dice and tweak and take it to affordable private schools. So more of a top-down waterfall approach, where our learnings in the premium category, you can incorporate for affordable, naturally with changes in content, changes in, say, difficulty level, but the operating matrix remains the same.
Right. Talking about the acquisition, the company also acquired in February School Mantra. There was a network from School Mitra. Yeah, right. So, was the funding for the acquisition also disclosed, or like what is the condition as of now, which is going on with the company, or is there any further acquisition plan the company is aiming forward to?
Okay, so I'll break it into 2 parts. School Mitra acquisition we concluded in February. The intention was to introduce technology inside the schools, where we can make life easier of all stakeholders, which is the trustee or the principal, teachers, parents, and students. So imagine if on a single platform, you can conduct a class, you can consume content, you can give homework, do testing, communicate with parents or students, and you can even go to granularity like paying fees, see where your kids are from a bus, GPS tracking perspective. Everything is happening at one place. Makes life easier for everyone compared to disjointed services or websites or apps which otherwise people were using earlier.
Right. So as we are also talking about the business model and the acquisition over here, so as far as I can decipher that the company is based on a B2B2C model, Eupheus Learning. So, talking about School Mantra, so do they have a similar kind of business model, or do they share any other kind of models which helps in the revenue of the company as well?
Okay. So look at it like uh, if you are very similar to a distribution platform and you have reach to large number of schools, you can keep on adding products or services in that distribution platform. And today, for example, we've got 200 sales guys today. We cover around 18,000 schools across India. Now, for us to introduce a new service, whether it is our own or a partner or via acquisition,
Mm-hmm.
the entire sales team has to just take it to schools, right? So going back to your question, when we acquired ClassClap was for two reasons: to move into the affordable private school space, that is one.
Mm-hmm.
Second, look, ClassClap was only operating in South and West India. So how can we take that solution to all affordable schools in North, East, and Central India? A
Right.
natural extension.
Mm.
Right? Second, from ClassClap point of view, the company has created deep expertise on personalization for students. So how
Okay.
can personalization for students be taken across all Eupheus products?
Mm.
Becomes the second obvious extension or growth driver. In case of School Mitra, it was only present in East UP and in some cities of Uttarakhand.
Mm.
Now, School Mitra, after acquisition, suddenly that service is now available
Mm.
to all schools across India, which
Right.
is
So, what kind of services? Yeah.
more of a
What kind of?
technology platform,
Mm.
single sign-on, one platform where you can conduct classes. It is a combination of live class, ERP, LMS, content, and CMS,
Mm.
right? So what has made it so powerful today is because of our reach of 20,000 schools and our content being used by 7,500 schools,
Mm-hmm.
the platform itself becomes much more relevant because schools need to use content from one platform or the other.
Mm.
But if on the same platform you start getting ability to conduct a test, to conduct a
Right.
class, or
Right.
ability to collect fees, it's making life easier for everyone.
Right. And talking about the expansion plans for the company, what is the company actually looking forward to in terms of growth, revenue, its product development? If it also wants to be, set its footprint in terms of geographical areas, what are the expansion plans?
Sure. So you'll be happy to know we are looking to grow more than 2x from FY22 to 23
Mm.
without any capital raise. So based on our own cash flows, we'll be able to grow our revenue from around 144 odd crores as of FY22.
Mm.
We'll move to around 280 to 290 crores by FY23.
Right. So the revenue for FY22, as you mentioned, 144 crore. So was the revenue only based on the subscription model that the students go for, or it was a shared revenue? I mean, acquired companies as well.
Okay, yeah. So it's a combination of revenue of Eupheus, ClassClap, and School Mitra. You are right.
Hmm. So what is the share segregation for the same? I mean,
So around 70% would be Eupheus,
hmm.
30% would be between ClassClap and School Mitra.
Okay,
And
30%
next
of the
year,
acquired companies.
correct. Next year, we are doubling it without any
Hmm.
capital raise.
Hmm.
We are looking for acquisitions. There are
Hmm.
3 companies with whom we are in advanced stages. Should be able to share something when we do a formal handshake. But all of them are passionate entrepreneurs, great products, uh, uh, wide spaces in our existing catalog. For all of them, the distribution pipe that we have created is of great relevance because if your CAC suddenly can become almost zero, that's where you can
Right.
start looking at
So
how we
what
can.
was the CAC that the company clocked in FY22 while it claims to have a revenue of 144 crore?
So, okay, I'll answer it slightly differently, Ayantika.
Hmm.
Our LTV to CAC is 19 times, which is
Okay.
unheard of in the industry. And
Hmm.
you are seeing the noise all across talking about high CAC and therefore companies looking to scale down on ambitions. I think it's more about how you are building the entire business model. In our case, the B2B2C approach makes us very capital frugal
Hmm.
compared to going to direct consumer. That's where the CAC goes out of whack.
So does this imply that the company had no loss for 144 crore on the
Very
back of
much. So we are probably so we turned profitable in year two in itself.
profitable? What was the net amount of profit that the company witnessed and
So we did
reported?
around 2.5 crores profit in FY19, which was second year of our operations.
So, okay, all right, 2019, but in terms of 22, we are talking about, as you said, that post-acquisition
So
of.
so we are at a very nominal profit this year because
Hmm,
we were normalizing also the acquired companies.
all right.
Next year on a 280 odd crore rev, we are looking at anywhere between 5 to 7% PAT. I'm not talking EBITDA. I'm talking about
Okay,
PAT. So these are,
okay.
and that is also because of the way we are building this business, so that it becomes a
So
lot
the 280 crore is in terms of gross or net?
gross.
Gross. And the 144 that you said
Is
is
also
also in
gross.
terms of gross. So
Correct.
from this 144, the 70% as given by the number given by you for Eupheus. So
Yeah.
what was the net profit or the break-even point or the loss, whatever you're claiming? What was the amount for that?
So on a console basis, we are at around a crore kind of profit
Hmm.
this year, consolidated. And I'm
FY22.
correct.
Okay.
Next year, this crore will become anywhere between 7 to 10 crores.
Okay.
PAT.
So this 1 crore is on the basis of this 144 or 70% of the 144?
144. 144.
144, the total amount you're saying. All right. The next thing is if there is any, like in September 2021, the last fundraising happened by the company, which was of $10 million. So if there is any other fundraising that you are looking forward to this year.
Okay, so so there are a lot of inbound requests coming from, I would say, like-minded financial investors. We are in active talks with some marquee names.
Hmm.
We're looking to raise for acquisitions because what has also happened in the last 2 years, a lot of entrepreneurs have been reaching out saying you have created a great sales engine, a distribution platform. And for us, it makes a lot of sense to come inside this platform so that we can focus on what we are passionate about, which is building products. And you guys know how to take it to market. How can we join hands? So there's a list of around 14 odd entrepreneurs or companies which are talking to us, out of which three are at advanced stages. We'll be looking for capital to fund these acquisitions.
Right.
So the
So
numbers that I shared with you about FY23 will probably grow by another 2x if these acquisitions come through, and probably will become the largest in the space in
so
B2B
this
space.
fundraising is also going to add up to the revenue as well, or it is just.
Very much, because if we acquire a company with a 100 crore top line, that 280 becomes 380, right? And we have a visibility of reaching around 500 crores by March, based on the acquisitions which are under discussions.
So what is the like plan for expenditure for this 50 million uh, fundraising?
So majority would be for acquisitions for these inorganic opportunities, and to look at how you can strengthen the entire ecosystem, because you would appreciate We are only 5 years old, growing at a pace which companies have taken 20, 30 years in the B2B side. So if we are having more like-minded entrepreneurs joining, you have to strengthen the entire ecosystem also, because it's not that we are talking about acquiring a company a year. Probably we are talking about having one more company every quarter kind of format.
Okay. All right. And talking about the products, the kind of products Eupheus Learning offers. So, like as you say, there are two kinds of products: the skill-based solutions and the curriculum-based solutions. So, what are the ticket prices for the same, and what are the number of students right now Eupheus is having?
So interesting. Look at it like curricular products, which are, I would say, very aligned with CBSE or ICSE requirements.
Okay. So are they syllabus-oriented
Very
courses?
much. Very much. So if a school adopts our English, that will be the go-to solution or material which teachers and students will be using throughout the year. Inside the classroom and at home. Right?
All right.
If that's what it is, that means you have a great responsibility to create an impact. How can you improve learning outcomes? Because your content is being used as the primary source of learning or teaching. So we have around 3.8 odd million students which are using our curricular solutions. Around 200,000 students which are using our skill solutions. When I'm saying skills, these are 21st century skills.
Okay.
Like, how can you collaborate? How can you communicate better? Creativity, critical thinking. So the 21st century skill-based solutions, I would say, will be taking a forefront in the next 3 to 4 years, because the new education policy also talks about the same philosophy. Right. And schools were under tremendous stress during COVID last 2 years, because they were closed. Everything was happening virtually. Now coming back, schools are also very keen to adopt new age solutions. So revenue for FY22 was 95% to 5%, 95% being curriculum.
95% for the curriculum.
Whereas next year, FY23, that will become around 87% and 13% will become skill-based. Skill-based. Because we are seeing that kind of adoption, that kind of feedback coming from all across. Right.
Any other future plans or future endeavors that the company is looking forward to in recent development?
I think I'll say our future, we'll have to divide it next quarter, next 6 months, next 12 months, because we have been trying to build the business on a year-on-year basis. In terms of our aspiration, ambition, we recast every year. Why? Because then it keeps us grounded, humble, and looking at the opportunities.
It was nice talking to you. Thank you so much, Amit.
Look forward. Thanks, Antika.
Thank you.